What? Yes?
Okay, hi everybody.
What's up?
I didn't expect Beryl from Nightmare Before Christmas here, but
You know.
here we are.
I was free. Tim Burton wasn't returning my calls.
Anyway, so today,
It's kind of appropriate to what we're talking about.
Beryl is here to join me for my next review, which is the first Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s.
Yes. And I'm just going to take this off.
So,
I just thought it would be kind of funny because in the opening scene, well...
something I need to confess beforehand. Before I played any of the games, I saw the movie first. Before I knew Mortal Kombat was a thing, I saw the movie.
Now see, I have the opposite. See, I distinctly remember playing 3 before ever really seeing the movie.
You were like 2.
Well, true, but... I just remember playing Trilogy before. I mean, both go kind of hand in hand with my memory, but...
So, I remember I was flipping through channels, or my mother was flipping through channels, and I saw Liu Kang fighting Reptile. I didn't know what was going on. I was like...
I mean, to be fair, that's a great scene.
So she flipped it back. I was like, oh,
I don't know why that wouldn't entice you into seeing what the heck this is.
So she flipped it back and was like, oh, he thinks this is cool. Okay. And,
Great parenting.
yeah. So she bought me the movie, and I was a kid, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So when my mom and dad finally bought me a PlayStation, the first game they bought me was Mortal Kombat Trilogy along with Crash Bandicoot.
Yup.
Couple tonal differences. And that was actually the first game I went to when we first turned on the PlayStation. Me, my dad, and 2-year-old him who didn't know what was going on. Was
Not a clue.
Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And I think the first character I picked was Scorpion.
I don't know. I was 2 years old.
I'm not looking at you. I'm just... It was then and there that I knew Scorpion was going to be my favorite character.
I picked Johnny Cage or one of the Giants, so...
And if you go, and then, you know, going back in the roster, because kid me was like, oh, this is a movie, right? Oh, there's these characters from the movie, that's cool. But then I was like, all right, so there's Cabal, there's Stryker. Why aren't these guys in the movie? And then I realized, oh, wait. This was a video game first, wasn't it?
To be fair, the game looked nothing like the movie, so...
You know. 4-year-old me is not going to place that, and 2-year-old you didn't even know what was going on.
I think the only thing on my mind when I was 2 years old was my hand probably tasted good.
So, now that my history with the movie is gone, I will say I have a lot of nostalgia for it. I'll talk about what I actually think about it at the end, but...
honestly, I think every fan of this movie, it's all pure nostalgia.
So, this movie, for the most part, follows the storyline of Mortal Kombat 1 pretty faithfully.
Yeah, it follows it, like, pretty accurate,
There's a couple of things it does wrong, and I'll get to that when we get to it, but... Like,
there is one thing about it that I do really like that they added. But we'll get to that when we describe the plot, I guess, right?
Yep, so, speaking of the plot, it actually starts off wrong. Who is Chan?
You don't know Chan? He is detrimental to the story.
They made up a brother for Liu Kang. He's never mentioned in the games. He doesn't exist. His
name is Chan. Like, that's the only thing you really... That's his only distinct characteristic. His name is
The movie
Chan.
starts with a fight scene of this dude who you don't know who it is, beating up this kid, breaking his back.
It's really one-sided. It's kind of hilarious.
And he just says, your brother's soul is mine.
And he screams Liu Kang's name.
Liu! So you just like, oh, so once he says Liu, you're like, okay, so that's probably Shang Tsung.
Yes.
I wish it was old man Shang. I'll be honest, I wish it was old man Shang Tsung.
How do you not like the Crow dressed Shang Tsung?
We'll talk about how I
This
feel
is the
about
mid-90s, okay? Black leather trench coats were in, man.
It's MK1. It should be old man Shang Tsung.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still, the actor is phenomenal as Shang Tsung.
We'll talk about that because there's a full circle moment with that. But so Liu Kang wakes up. It's all a dream, and his room is.
But wait, can we just talk about that? This, for the sake of jump scare scene where Shang Tsung's face just
turns into a skeleton.
Hence this.
Liu Kang wakes up in this like green room. It's really weird.
It's techno for the sake of techno.
And he gets a very vague
I honestly
message.
think he's on a boat.
He gets a very vague facts, like brother dead, come home. That's all it says.
So, it's got to be the monks had to have sent that, right?
They had to have. That's the only.
So I just want to imagine, because when he goes to his temple, he's like, modern life has poisoned him. So who the fuck sent that fact?
That's also a bit of an inaccuracy. With
I just want to see
with
like
Liu Kang's character.
the monks working a computer.
Because Liu Kang was never like against the Order of Light or anything.
No,
he didn't. He was like very much believing in Raiden. Was like trusting Raiden. And
it was a story choice, I think.
I mean, it works, but in the actual game, he wasn't like that.
Like, it works fine. It's not even that big of a plot point. Like, as soon as he realized what's going on, it's like, oh, maybe everything was true. Okay.
But here we also set up Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage is the best in this film.
Who has a martial arts master who gives him...
Master Boyd, yeah.
Who
looks like Jeff Bridges.
They do his story pretty well where the world thinks he's a fraud, which they do think he's a fraud in the game.
That's accurate to the games.
So he gives him a ticket to the Mortal Kombat tournament and is like, here, go, prove yourself. And you find out Master Boyd's dead and it's actually Shang Tsung. Then they set up Sonya.
Can we interrupt for a second? I really want to know like the backstory behind Shang Tsung's fight with Chan. Like, how did that start? Like, why was Shang Tsung there? What was going on there? Like, did he just did Chan just
Chan challenged him to a fight?
How did he get in contact with Shang Tsung?
I don't know.
How did Master Boy get in contact with Shang Tsung?
Maybe Shang Tsung went after them.
It could be, but I mean, in the case of Chan, he didn't even look like he was much of a fighter. So
he took Liu Kang's place, basically, because Liu Kang was a better fighter than him. But Liu Kang was like,
fuck
Liu Kang's
this. The chosen one.
Liu Kang was like, This is where that came from, because that wasn't in the games.
No, it wasn't.
Not until this. There's a lot. We'll talk about that. Then they set up Sonya, who was after Kano, which is accurate. She's going after Kano.
Yeah, she's in like this techno club.
So you're introduced to Kano here,
this is the first iteration of Kano to be Australian,
which they made canon after this.
Yeah.
But so Sonya is going after Kano. That's all you need to know about her. So Liu Kang ends up back at the Order of Light, and we get introduced to Raiden here, who's played by the Highlander Christopher Lambert, and he sounds like this.
That was too much responsibility.
So,
excuse me, I gotta go smoke a couple of Marlboros. Give me a minute.
Liu Kang agrees to go to the tournament basically just to avenge his brother for no other reason.
Are we not going to talk about the casting of Raiden?
We're going to talk about that.
Okay, we're definitely going to talk about it. Okay, great.
So, Liu Kang meets Johnny Cage and drops his luggage in the water.
I love that scene.
I introduced another character, Art Lean. Who the fuck is he?
The classic Mortal Kombat character, Arlene. He's up there with Chan, okay?
Anyway, Jax is there too. They just name drop Jax. They just name drop Jax.
He looks nothing like Jax, by the way.
And the only reason Sonya's on the boat is she sees Kano go on there. So all these characters
she just books it to that boat.
So Sonya, Liu Kang, and Johnny Cage all meet Shang Tsung here. And for some reason, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are there.
So we're going to talk about Scorpion and Sub-Zero's characterization now? Do you want to just get that out of the way?
You mean the lack of? The two most popular characters are grunts.
Like, they work together.
Deadliest of any slaves by power. You get
bullshit.
You get none of their story in this, and it's bullshit.
Bullshit. Deadly the slaves under my power. Bullshit. No.
That's my biggest issue with the movie right there, is they destroy Scorpion and Sub-Zero's characters.
They're not even characters. They just have they're just palettes. They're just color palettes. They
And
ruined our favorite characters.
Scorpion's spear is a snake.
Oh, God.
It's just a kunai on a rope. That's all it is.
No, it's a snake thing. Don't you know?
Raiden destroys them, like, immediately. Just overpowers the hell out of them.
Oh, yeah.
And
Raiden's pretty OP in this movie.
And he criticizes Shang
and he does
Tsung.
nothing of it after us.
No. You keep hearing about this vague emperor guy. That's all they're calling him. Shao Kahn! They never name drop him. They just call him the emperor, but it's Shao Kahn!
We all know it.
And then, like, this weird, like, it has begun thing happens.
That is not weird. That is great.
There's these weird images. Whatever. So they get to the
It's
island.
spooky.
They get to the island, and Katana's there for some reason.
Well, I mean,
She wasn't in
recently. Katana's just been in the MK1 story for some reason now.
MK9 altered the timeline.
Yeah, but now everyone's kind of following that.
But this was way before that.
Definitely. So this movie's ahead of its time.
But Katana's there, and Reptile's there.
Oh, that is Reptile? I thought it was just a poorly CG effect.
They call him Reptile.
I know it is.
So
God, the CG's bad in this.
So they show, they get everyone together, and Shang Tsung tells them it's Mortal Kombat and does a demonstration. Like, you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero walking up, but then Scorpion just disappears.
Yeah, he's not even there after that.
He just disappears, but so they demonstrate what they're up against.
That always bothered me, though, as a kid. Like,
They
where did Scorpion go?
They demonstrate what they're up against, and Sub-Zero does his MK2 fatality, just blows this guy to pieces, and there's no blood, no guts. Nothing.
At all.
Yeah, it's movie PG-13, by the way. Not R like it should be, because it's Mortal Kombat. But
Well, according to the charts, we won't have kids in the audience, and kids play video games.
Anyway, so we get the first match of the tournament where Liu Kang's fighting this guy who growls like a tiger.
Yeah, that's weird, but here's one of the things I really like about this movie. It really gives the feel of a tournament. Like, there's all these other, no-name fighters.
To give the movie credit, it's Mortal Kombat, the game, is about people who fight in a tournament. The movie is about people who fight in a tournament. Not some random hostage situation that makes no sense. Street Fight!
I love the Street Fighter movie.
Fuck you.
It's so bad. It's so good.
And then Johnny Cage fights Scorpion and wins.
This movie goes out of its way to make Johnny Cage the most badass.
He can't. That's not how that fight would go.
We'll get back to that later.
That's not how that fight would go down. Scorpion would win.
I mean, he did beat Shinnok.
And Scorpion beats him later in that same game.
When does Scorpion beat Shinnok in that?
No, and I'm talking about Johnny Cage.
Oh, yeah, right?
He beats Johnny Cage later in that same game.
That scene has irked him for years. And what's funny is that they didn't even film. That scene was like a last-minute scene they filmed.
I mean, it's a good fight scene
It's
just
a
in
great
general. The
fight
guy who
scene.
does Scorpion's a really good martial artist.
Everyone, I think almost all the characters, all the
remember when I
actors
was a
were
kid.
martial artists,
I do
had
remember-
martial arts background except for Sonya.
I do remember when I was a kid when he first said "get over here," I was like,
It's the most badass get over here.
"It is, honestly. Get over here!"
Like, Ed Boon went 0 to 100.
And when he pulled his face off when I was a kid, because I had never seen Toasty Fatality, I was like,
Remember when we were kids, we thought Johnny Cage's autograph was actually in Scorpion after he blew up?
it's just a reference to his friendship.
I know.
But that's the bloodiest scene in the movie, though, when he cuts
absolutely.
Scorpion open and cuts his arm
I think
out.
the only reason they got away with it because of the lighting in that scene and the fact that it did not look like blood at all. It looked like Ed Sauce from Good Burger.
Was that supposed to be the NetherRealm?
I want to say yes, but it...
that's
as
the
a
only
kid, I used to think they're in that tree for some
That's
reason.
the only scene where you see Johnny Cage's shadow kick,
Yeah.
which bothers me. It's like his iconic move, and it's only the whatever.
I would say his iconic
Oh, and
move is
Sonya
done
also
later in the movie,
also
but
kills
okay.
Kano. Sonya also.
I
kills
love the guy
Kano
who plays
in the movie.
Kano. This accent is just so much fun to
Breaks his neck between
It's
his
just
legs.
so much fun to imitate.
Just fucking breaks his neck between her legs. Oh, okay.
Best death ever.
So then Liu Kang fights Katana, and she tells him that to win your next match, use the element which brings life. So he fights Sub-Zero and beats him.
Ugh, that scene bugs me.
I can accept Liu Kang beating Sub-Zero.
I can accept that, but however, the fight wasn't that great.
No, and
that irks me because Sub-Zero is my favorite character.
I'm about to break. Hold on. This is where my Mortal Kombat fan lore really gets under my skin. Because Liu Kang did not kill Sub-Zero.
Yes.
Scorpion kills Sub-Zero. And Johnny Cage doesn't beat Sub-Zero in the MK tournament. He just doesn't.
What?
Scorpion came in second place in the original Mortal Kombat tournament.
Oh, cool. It just... Yeah, the fight scene's not even that great. Like, it's really quick.
After all of them are taken out, Goro jumps in because Goro's in the movie and he looks terrible.
He looks like Kirstie Alley.
And he just starts beating.
No offense to Kirstie Alley, I love you on Cheers.
And he starts beating people left and right.
I just guess the puppeteers were just a fan of yours.
Yeah, he just starts beating people left and right, and he kills that Art Lean guy.
No, God.
And then Johnny Cage punches him in the nuts.
That's his most famous move. And I love that scene because they really go out of their way to make Johnny Cage the most
Here's
badass of the
another
movie.
thing that bothers me about MK lore. Goro is actually the champion of Mortal Kombat, not Shang Tsung. So by logic, Johnny Cage should actually be the winner of the tournament because he's the one who beat Goro. In the game, Liu Kang defeats Goro.
It kind of just shows the genius of Johnny Cage as a fighter because he realized I can't beat him.
I might just punch him in the nuts and I'll jump him.
Yeah, like he just like I can't beat him head on. I gotta think smart here.
So
punches him in the nuts, leads him to a cliff, jumps him, knocks him off.
Anyway, so Johnny Cage defeats Goro, and then they follow Shang Tsung into Outworld, which wasn't in MK1, but whatever.
No, I never liked how Outworld.
It looks ridiculous.
It's so dumb.
And then Reptile just shows up.
And no, Liu Kang knows the Reptile's there for
somehow knows Reptile's
there. The Force. Let's just go with that.
And Liu Kang kills him with his bicycle kick, which is bad.
Hold on, no. No, you're not doing this scene enough credit.
He
throws him into a statue.
Which turns him actually into Reptile.
It's always bugged me. I don't understand the logic behind it. What are those statues? What are their purpose? Why are they just all over Outworld? If you just throw yourself in it, what, do you become like an awesome ninja?
Yes.
What the fuck are these things?
The Reptile.
No, they're fucking statues. Reptile's the lizard. What is the purpose of these fucking statues? Because they foreshadow what's gonna happen to Reptile. There's someone in one of those statues. Are they torture devices? They're just all over Outworld. I don't understand it. It's always bugged me.
It's there so you can get the audio clip from MK2 that says Reptile.
It gives us probably the best fight scene in the movie because they go hard on that scene.
It bothers me that Shao Kahn's voice is just there out of nowhere saying Reptile.
Well, he's the Emperor, but where the fuck is he during all this?
Same place he was at MK1, just fucking around.
Was he just having a jerk sesh or something? What the fuck's going on?
Don't worry about that. He's letting Shang Tsung.
They're in Outworld. They're in his domain. It looks like they're in his fucking castle. Where is he?
He's letting Shang Tsung handle it. Anyways,
okay.
Liu Kang defeats Reptile with the bicycle kick, which is badass.
Yeah, as much as that tangent, I fucking love this fight scene.
So Katana, because Raiden can't go to Outworld because it's actually in lore. If he's in another realm, he loses his power.
Yep.
So Katana is their guide because she's not a dick. And they go save Sonya. Shang Tsung wants to fight Sonya because he knows he can beat her.
So, because throughout the movie, Shang Tsung's been, like, obsessed with Sonya. Like, he has a straight heart-on for her.
Because he knows if he kills her, he wins.
So, was this the point of it all along?
Yes.
He knew he could beat her.
He knew he could beat her.
It was never any romance or anything.
No, he wanted to challenge her to a fight because he knew he could beat her, so if he kills her, he wins. So Liu Kang, and he then challenged Johnny Cage. Liu Kang's like, no, fuck you. I'm fighting you.
Well, to be fair, this version of Johnny Cage probably could beat Shang Tsung.
So they're at first fighting a pretty dead-on even match.
The fight's great. I mean,
and then I almost said Shao Kahn. Shang Tsung summons these like ghost people.
Cameo from an actor who played a villain in Big Trouble in Little Chinatown, so I appreciate that.
So Liu Kang beats them all, and then Shang Tsung starts whooping his ass. Because he turns into Chan, fucks with him, and then he's like, no.
You will like Chan, damn it!
He's like, I'm having my character moment. It's not my fault. Fuck you. So Shang Tsung starts beating his ass.
But here's my thing, though. For a second, he's believing it. Meanwhile, he friggin' saw Shang Tsung turn into Chan.
Don't worry about that.
He saw him doing it, but he's still buying it.
Anyway, so Liu Kang and Shang Tsung fight. Liu Kang has the martial artist superpower moment.
He doesn't come in, yeah.
He defeats Shang Tsung, knocks him into the pit fatality with his fireball, and then they leave. And then they have their whole we won the tournament, and then
with a bunch of children,
and then
random children are just there celebrating,
and then Shao Kahn appears, and then the movie
Frank
ends.
Welker,
and then the movie ends. Because Shao Kahn's just there, which means you know what you're getting into with the sequel. Baiting. Shao Kahn's gonna be the big bad guy.
Yeah.
So, rant time now.
So we're getting into the nitty gritty. Here we go.
How did you screw up the two most popular characters so much in this movie?
Their outfits look great.
They have such deep, connected backstories.
Mortal Kombat is really one of those series that has such a rich lore.
And you take two of the characters with the deepest stories and you shit on them. They're rivals. They have a rivalry. They have a history with each other. And you're making them allies?
Yeah, honestly, you gave a lot of development for characters that were kind of one note.
Sub-Zero.
Honestly, Johnny Cage and Sonya, hell, even Liu Kang, they're all in the games pretty one at least at that point in time.
They're archetypes.
They're archetypes. They're one note. I mean, it's fine, but from the beginning, Scorpion and Sub-Zero had
Sub-Zero
these backstories.
Is there in the tournament to assassinate Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
That's why he was there. Scorpion was there to fucking hunt him down.
I mean, I guess what the idea is, Johnny Cage, Sonya, and Liu Kang, they're actually face characters. You can...
Well, they were the main characters.
Yeah, they're the main characters, but you can identify with one of them.
Liu Kang was
whereas
the main
Scorpion
character.
and Sub-Zero are ninjas, their face are covered.
The thing was, Liu Kang is the protagonist of MK1, 2, 3, and 4. He was the main character, so of course he's going to be the main character of the movie.
And we need the other side characters, because we got to sell toys, we got to...
He's going to bond more with Sonya and Johnny Cage than he's with Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Or either one of them. Because honestly, let's be real, this is beyond Sub-Zero, so probably wouldn't be siding with Liu Kang.
Well, we didn't know his name at the time, but he has the older Sub-Zero.
At this point in our series, we all know that this is Bihan, this is MK1, so we know it's Bihan.
Goro being defeated by Johnny Cage is just wrong.
As much as I do love it,
it is
wrong.
So
it's wrong.
wrong.
It's 100% wrong. There's a lot of wrong. As much as to be fair, I love this movie. I love it. I have a lot of problems with it, being a huge MK fan. But I appreciate this movie. I do like Johnny Cage killing Goro and Sub-Zero. Problematic as they are. Scorpion. Thank you. I wish it was... At least if it was Johnny Cage, the fight probably would have been better.
Oh, jeez. And Shang Tsung should have been old Shang Tsung.
I don't mind young Shang Tsung here, because Carrie just does a great job.
Karahiro Tagawa?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is...
He is Shang Tsung.
Man.
He is great.
To the point, he is actually Shang Tsung in MK11.
It's awesome. He still got it, man.
He plays Shang Tsung perfectly in MK11. It's so good.
Yeah. What's so great about this movie is they brought back him, and they did skins for Sonya, Johnny Cage, and Raiden. I don't know why they didn't do one for Liu Kang, though.
That's a good question.
I never understood that.
Or Scorpion and Sub-Zero, for that matter.
They would have been the easiest.
That's true.
You literally didn't have to even... Hell, you could just... It would have been so cheap. You just give them the movie costumes, and you just cut away their dialogue.
Problem solved. Yeah.
Same with Reptile.
Katana probably shouldn't have been in the movie because she's not in MK1. But whatever. You needed a love interest for Liu Kang,
yeah.
So let's throw Katana. Though there wasn't any romance between them until this movie. They just kind of throw away that she's the Emperor's adopted daughter. That's just kind of a throwaway line.
Yeah, it literally is.
And she's got nothing about her reminds me of Katana in this movie. It just doesn't.
Yeah, because honestly,
She doesn't have the fan. She doesn't have the outfit. She's nothing like Katana in this movie.
she doesn't have yeah, she really doesn't. Besides the hair. The hair's literally her only thing that resembles Katana. I mean,
Otherwise, no.
her characterization's fine for what she
her
is.
hair was down in the movie, in the game. It wasn't in a bow like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. MK2, her hair's down.
Oh, then yeah.
Which is where Katana was based from, is MK2.
Okay, then.
We'll talk more about this in Annihilation.
I can't wait for that one. Oh, I can't wait.
Aside from that, though, this movie's just...
I love this movie.
I'm not saying it's great, because I don't think it's good.
To be fair, though, this movie is probably the best movie based on a fighting game we've had.
Yeah, honestly, even compared to the new one.
I'll get to my... I guess we can get to the comparing of this versus the new one when we get to the new one.
We'll talk about the new one when we get to the new one.
But a lot of interesting things though about the behind the scenes of this movie. Cameron Diaz was actually supposed to be Sonya Blade.
I heard about that.
But she broke her arm. Actually, she was hired on. She was training for the film, and I guess she broke her arm during that. If I remember correctly, so they cast the love interest from Billy Madison.
There are some characters who play their roles.
And she's fine in the role.
Really well in this movie. Hiroyuki Tagawa is an amazing Shang Tsung.
Honestly, I don't think anyone's really bad in the roles.
The guy who plays Kano, perfect as Kano.
Yeah.
The guy who does the stunts for Scorpion's really freaking good.
Same with Sub-Zero, Reptiles.
Who is actually Sub-Zero in Annihilation?
I know.
Robin shows a fine enough Liu Kang.
I think he's great as Liu Kang.
Whoever plays Katana is really hot.
Talia Soto, I think it's how pronounced her name.
She's hot.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Lambert as Raiden.
Okay, all right. Here we go with this. I love Christopher Lambert. I love Highlander.
He's not
Raiden.
He's not good as Raiden.
He's not Raiden. Oh my god, that was huge miscasting.
Raiden is not this jokey, funny guy. He's the super serious protector of Earthrealm.
The fate of billions rest in your hands.
Ha. Sorry.
Yes! Sorry.
Wish he doesn't move his mouth for in that scene. That's not
what
Raiden!
What were you thinking? He didn't even look like Raiden.
He only wears the hat once.
I don't... Christopher Lambert is blind as a bat.
He can't see.
He can't see at all. So how am I supposed to expect this guy to actually fight anyone? He doesn't fight anyone,
you never
mind
see him
you.
fight
You
in the
never
movie.
see him fight. He doesn't even... It's not even him that whips Scorpion and Sub-Zero's butt on the boat. It's a special effect.
He fights in Annihilation.
Oh, God, James Remar. Why are you in that?
We'll talk about that in Annihilation's video.
Oh, God.
This came out around the same time, right after MK3.
This is at the height
of
early Mortal Kombat.
So there's MK3 references in there because MK3 was coming out. But
this is at the height of Mortal Kombat popularity.
At the time.
Oh, yeah.
It started to shift, and then MK11 skyrocketed back up.
Oh, yeah.
But
this movie is actually pretty influential in the Mortal Kombat lore.
Because they took a lot of things from this movie and put them into games, like the Liu Kang being the Chosen One thing.
That's been added.
Kano being Australian. Katana being the love interest. That wasn't a thing till the movies.
Johnny Cage and Sonya being love interest. That wasn't a thing till the movie.
Yeah. And the theme song is now the theme song of the Mortal Kombat series.
Oh, that theme song.
Dun, 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 dun.
It just makes you want to beat the crap out of someone.
Like
Sorry.
that, yeah. But being PG-13 really hurts this movie.
Now, to be fair, if same plot, same actors and everything, blood, would this movie be better?
Yeah.
It's
Mortal Kombat. I want to see Sub-Zero pull somebody's spine out.
Agreed.
I want to see the Liu Kang dragon bite somebody in half.
Would you really want to see it in this era of filming, though?
If it was practical, maybe.
I mean, Goro was an impressive. Given he's ugly as shit,
Like
but
when Sub-Zero
it's
did
an impressive animatronic.
Sub-Zero does the ice grenade fatality. Where's the blood?
That's frozen. That actually kind of makes sense. It would be Frozen.
But it's Mortal Kombat.
I get that, but
I want to see Johnny
I will
Cage
argue that one.
uppercut somebody's head off. I want to
uppercut the tiger guy.
Oh gosh.
Who was he?
Like, I want to see Kano rip somebody's heart out. I want to see these things. And they're just not.
I really don't know. I want to be on the fly. I want to be the fly on the wall.
Liu Kang never does a slide kick.
No, he doesn't.
He does the bicycle kick.
Of that meeting where they decide to make this PG-13.
Kids wouldn't have been able to play the game anyway.
I mean, they did. We did.
Yeah. This proves video games don't make people violent, guys. Okay.
Pretty much.
I've never wanted to pull my face off and light somebody on fire.
We never gotten drunk and wanted to kill someone.
Bo Raicho?
Yeah, that was a Bo Raicho reference.
I was about to say, it's not the Deadly Alliance. We are way off.
We're not that far, but oh god, I can't. I can wait to review those games.
This was 95. That was 2002. We got some time before Bo Raicho's.
Thank God we got some time because there's a lot I can say about those games.
Bo Raicho. Oh man.
Just that era of Mortal Kombat. I'll save.
I mean, I have nostalgia for it, just like I do like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Doesn't mean it's good.
I mean,
I can still put it on and love it because I have nostalgia for it. Objectively, it's horrible.
I love this movie, but I don't know if I can classify it as a bad movie. It's a well-made movie, all things considered. I mean, the acting's fine. The special effects are dated, but it's not incompetently made.
No, not like its sequel.
No, definitely not.
Like, when you compare it to its sequel, it's a fucking masterpiece.
I mean, there's no way this film was ever gonna
honestly
win awards or be for the general masses.
I'm going to say this. Up until Sonic, this is probably my favorite video game movie.
Yeah, Sonic. Up until Sonic, yeah, this was probably considered the best video game movie.
I haven't seen the animated one, Scorpion's Revenge. I've heard that's good.
The Scorpion's Revenge is really good. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but what's funny about this, the guy who directed this, he would go on to make the Resident Evil movies, and those are terrible.
The Resident Evil movies are so bad.
And those are just an excuse for him to show off his wife.
At least with this,
who's actually a fine actress, but in those movies she sucks.
With this, they actually tried to stay pretty true. You could tell Paul W.S. Anderson was a Mortal Kombat fan.
Yeah, like it's very much a love letter to the first game.
With a little bit of 2.
With a little bit of 2 in there, but yeah, like this is like one of those films, like it's not a good general audience film, but it's a fine for the fans.
Like, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you'll probably get more out of this movie than, say, Joe Blow off the street, like Street Fighter.
But I mean,
well, it's not like with Street Fighter, where if you're a Street Fighter fan, you're still gonna hate it.
I like that movie, and I know a lot of Street Fighter fans that actually like it just because it's so bad, it's hilarious. That's what it's become. It's become so bad, it's good.
At least this feels like
Julie is great. At
least this feels like Mortal Kombat.
Oh, absolutely, it does feel like Mortal Kombat. I think the biggest thing it has against it is the no blood and the PG-13. That's its biggest.
Which they tried to rectify this year, but
we'll get to that. We'll get to that one later.
Yeah, but I still would say that if you're gonna watch an MK movie, play MK9.
Yeah.
Play through the story mode of that.
We'll watch it on YouTube.
That's the best story in any Mortal Kombat thing ever.
Definitely.
But this was better than, like, Mortal Kombat Conquest and Mortal Kombat Defender of the Realms and all that stupid shit.
All Conquest is an excuse to get women in scampy clothing. That's all Conquest is.
You act like that's a bad thing.
But, I mean, in terms of... There's nothing to Conquest.
No,
that's all it is.
It's so bad.
It's real. The fight isn't good. The acting isn't good.
It's so bad.
Although Conquest did goes, and I'm quoting Bayless, the reviewer, watch his channel if you like that weird kind of stuff. Zero, the greatest Mortal Kombat character.
Anyway. I don't know where else to go with this.
Conquest sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this was a movie of its era for sure.
Oh, it's definitely 90s. Like this could only be made in the 90s.
Oh man.
Techno music. Honestly, this had the look of the Matrix a lot before the Matrix. The long black leather trench coat, the techno music, the green sea where Liu Kang wakes up in the beginning. Why is it green?
I don't know.
I think he's on a boat. I think he's on a boat heading back home from America.
How do you get a fax?
I thought he just had that with him.
I don't know.
Because that's a really weird apartment bedroom.
It was. It's Paul W.S. Anderson. He makes some weird shit.
He does make. What else has he made besides this and the Resident Evil movies? Oh, didn't he do
Alien vs Predator?
Oh, he did it. Okay, that's a good, that's not bad.
Yes, it is.
Didn't he do Event Horizon?
Yes, he did do Event Horizon.
I heard that movie's weird and messed up.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Anyway. I'm running out of steam with this. So
You're running out of steam?
I
can keep going.
I got nothing else I could say about this fucking movie. I have nostalgia for it. It's objectively not good.
I love it. I'm not going to say it's a bad film. I'm not going to say it's a good film.
I mean, compared to a lot of other movies I watched as a kid, this age look better than some of them. Like
this is
the Power Rangers movie as age.
Fuck you. That movie's genius. Give it up for the swooping swallow and the stealth eagle.
The Ninja Megazord.
Ivan Ooze, though.
I might actually watch that movie now.
We need to do a review of that.
I might actually put it on right after this movie.
We kind of need to do a review of that.
I did not mean for that to be a
Brady Bunch reunion.
I did not mean for the I thing to be a Power Rangers pun. All right, we're going on a tangent. I'm cutting this now. Thank you guys so much for watching our Mortal Kombat review.
See you for Mortal Kombat 4.
No, Mythologies.
Oh, God, we're doing that?
Mythologies is next.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
I hate you.